Okay, I'm pretty sure none of you guys know this, but this is, I guess, how Burn and Scarlet redeemed themselves in my AU. In this AU of mine, these guys, they're still alive, but they've completely redeemed themselves, and they're not as evil as they used to be. So these are the stories of how they redeemed themselves. Let me start with Burn first, as she's the eldest. Anyways. When younger, Burn was exactly like the book version until she was 32, by the way, and now she's 38. Yeah, she's 38 now. When her good friend and ally, aka Murhen, aka also known as the Queen of Gyazi Krill, which is the mud country, the mudwing country, aka Murhen, got her courage to confront her. Murhen went over to confront her, but Burn was being mean and insulting Murhen for questioning her. Burn was legit pulling the respect your elders card on Murhen, but then she told Burn what she's doing is fucked up and wrong. Murhen was trying to convince her, but Burn wasn't listening. But the last straw was when Burn put her talons on Murhen's scaly chest, basically grouping her, by the way, like just straight up grouping her, and then push her away. Murhen, she got extremely mad from what she was doing, so she grabbed Burn by the cloth on her chest, pulled her in, and slapped Burn across the face twice. One was a slap, one was the backhand, meaning she literally got like slap, and then since her hand was that side, she just moved it back and gave her the backhand basically. Burn was in paralyzing shock because she never ever in her life expected Murhen to slap her. It's because Murhen is so sweet, like she never hurt a fly. Like Murhen is just so sweet, you would never expect Murhen to get mad at anybody. That's why Burn was that shocked when Murhen slapped the shit out of her. Then Murhen dragged Burn by her horns and forced her to look out the window to see the chaos she caused. As Murhen explained everything bad Burn did, she was literally going over what Burn did as if it was a Christmas list or some shit. After that, Burn's entire body was vibrating for hours from the slaps. Yes, Murhen slapped her that much. And she got high fever for 4 days. In that time period, she was realizing what she was doing and she repented. I think you spell it with a T. Repented for all of what she did. Then she promised that after she gets better, she'll do good things for the citizens of the country. Yeah, also known as the dragons of the country who aren't kings or queens, by the way. Like fixing broken roads, building bridges, etc. etc. means and more, basically. Well, that's what I know from my textbooks. She felt very guilty that she killed her sister Blaze when Scarlet and her started dating 2 years ago. But it was for two good things. One, so the country will be separated in the middle from north and south, and the war will end. So Burn stopped the war for Scarlet, basically. You guys know that. Two, she tore the skin and scales from her skull. She polished it in such a way it looked like shiny pearl, and she brought some gemstones from Murhen, which were cheap because gemstones in the Mudwing Kingdom were sold as cheap fruits and vegetables as they were that rich. Wait a minute. Anyways, and she embroidered the gemstones in Blaze's skull. She then gave it to Scarlet as a gift. Until this day, Scarlet has no fucking clue that it's a real skull. But as she's the older sibling between her and Blister, Burn was given rural South Pistoke, aka the Sand Kingdom, of course for the new watchers here, and Blister got urban North Pistoke. Unlike Blister, Burn is doing good for her part of Pistoke. All the dragons that are happy and healthy. The capital of Pistoke is in the south, by the way. Burn regrets all the things she did, and she's trying to make it up for those by improving the country and making the citizens happy. And she does it for the dragons, not for her own gain. Yeah, I took some stuff from my civics that I learned in school. Anyways, now Scarlet. When younger, she was also exactly like the book version. When she was 16, her father, who died from a disease before her wedding, married her off to Canyon, who was 17 at that time. In the wedding, Scarlet lost her temper and killed her mother, sister, and some of the wedding guests. Yes, Canyon was terrified of her at that time. Basically, when Scarlet's father was there, he was like, okay, Scarlet, you're going to be taking over the country after some time, and we need you to have a husband and get an heir, unless if you die unexpectedly. So you will have one husband and you will marry him, and you have like 1 year to choose which one you want. And meanwhile Scarlet is like, no daddy, I don't want to marry. I'm going to be complicated and difficult and gay. anyways and then the father's like, okay fine, I will choose. And the father was like, okay fine, I will choose one for you. Oh, here, pick him. He has big hips. That means it's a good sign of fertility. You two will have like kids between 5 years. And then that's how Scarlet and Canyon got married. And Scarlet's like, fine, I guess I'll marry him. So yeah, that's how Canyon and Scarlet got married basically. But anyways, Canyon was terrified of her at that time. Scarlet actually did love him until seeing his behavior. But after like 4 years, Scarlet got pregnant with her first child, aka Vermilion, who's 15 years old now. And Canyon's behavior just went bad to worse. After the wedding, he was avoiding her for a couple of weeks, but his behavior and attitude. Scarlet got fed up with him. And when her daughter Ruby was 4, she's 12 now, she threw Canyon into the arena and said, at least his death will be thrilling. Seriously, I don't know why she says thrilling all the time, for real. When she allied with Burn, Scarlet kind of found out she's bisexual, because she did think Burn is hot and all. But when Burn was redeeming herself, Scarlet noticed, but she kept her snout shut. And before she knew it, Scarlet was imitating Burn, like the speeches Burn makes, Burn's thinking or mentality, and her empathy too. Even the citizens, servants, soldiers, and guards were noticing Scarlet's personality changes. They were probably like, Scarlet's being nice? What in the world? That type shit. After Glory spattered venom at Scarlet, Burn was at the left to Scarlet, meanwhile Glory was at like the right. The venom splattered all over her right eye and face, and even a bit on her left side, but it's like couple drops. If you remember my drawing of Scarlet, she has like a couple drops on her left side, not a big deal. But it completely splattered over her left chest. The face was melted and burned. But thanks to Burn, who ran to save Scarlet by trying to take the venom from her face and getting 60% of the venom on her own hand, she saved Scarlet from becoming blind in that eye. It's because if Burn didn't go there, Scarlet will need to have that eye removed. I'm not joking. She literally have to have that eye removed. Because it'll be getting that bad. Wait a minute. While melting her fingers till the bone, and so Scarlet's right eye is bloodshot and smaller than her left eye with venom markings. Her left chest was completely melted off, and Burn was the first one to arrive at a hospital with Scarlet. Burn, she rested her left wounded hand on Scarlet's wounded right face. Like her face, of course I told you it's at the right, not the left. The chest is gone, the left one. Anyways, at that point, Scarlet, she didn't care what the Sandwings taught. She didn't care what the Skywings even taught. She didn't care what the Dragons taught. She didn't care what the entirety of Pyria even taught. She couldn't give a fuck about it, basically. She wanted to spend the rest of her life with Burn, and of course, Burn is better than Canyon, that's for fucking sure. After her and Burn got into a relationship, Scarlet changed very quickly, as she was with Burn almost all the time. And seeing the way that Burn is completely changed now, definitely. And she regrets many of her actions here. I'll not read them all since the video time is gone, but just pause it and read, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.